Hello and welcome or welcome back to the Frog at Yarns Knitting and Making podcast. My name is Tasha and along with my husband, we are the owners and dyers of Frog at Yarns, hand-dyed yarns, and mobile yarn truck. So we have a trailer that we've converted to be like a little mini yarn shop where we sell all of our yarns when we're out and about at festivals. And all of our yarns can also be found online. I will link our website below in the description. So good morning. It is Thursday morning, just after 11 a.m. I'm on my second cup of tea. I've rounded up all the things that I need to film today. So let's chat. Come on in and let's chat. Thanks for joining me again for episode 3 of this podcast. I'm having a lot of fun working on this and chatting with you. It's another place to, hair is being weird. It's another place to come and meet together and chat. So let me put that on the mug warmer and let's get into it. I am wearing the Lakeside Cardigan. It is a crochet design by MJ's Off the Hook Designs. This is made in our merino worsted. The colorway is Celestial. And yeah, I'm finding that at this stage of life, cardigans are my best friend for when I get overly warm. So it may come off at some point because I'm having tea and I'm wearing wool socks and they're a recipe for disaster when you're menopausal. So let's get started. There are no finished objects this week and that's fine. I have done a lot of knitting and I'm almost done with a project. So no finished objects. Let's jump into WIPS, works in progress. So my kind of self-imposed sock club, which I am doing with all of my, or some of my Christmas yarn from Stash. So I've got both socks. This is the West Yorkshire Spinners. This was one of their holiday colors. I don't know when. This is the color. So it's West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply, and this was the color Hollyberry. So it's doing its own thing. I am very tangled. Oh well. I've done a fair bit, 10, 20, maybe 25, almost 30 rounds on both. I'm trying to do like 10 rounds per sock per day. I just pulled my needle out of that one. So here's the other one as well. 10, 20, and a few extra. So there's a close-up. These just, I put these in every 10 rounds so I can just keep track of how many rounds I'm doing. So those are coming along. I put in a little bit of work on those. So they're doing well. Hold, please. I told you it was going to happen. So what's next? My DRK Everyday Sweater. Last time I showed you, I had just barely started the sleeve. And now I am on the ribbing. I have maybe another inch to do on the ribbing of the first sleeve, and then that will be done. So I've got all my markers here to mark my decreases. I've already put the needles in for the second sleeve. And as soon as I finish this, which will probably be today, I will get on the second sleeve. I tried it on last night. It fits great. So I'm very happy with it. I just want to get it done. I really am going to try when I grab the next skein to start in almost the same kind of color. I would like the sleeves to kind of match. I know that's hard with this type of yarn, but I'm going to try. So I am using yarn from a Yarn Hero. This is her Color Mix Sport, and it is the color Racetrack. Hold on. I thought I was ready. I have the tags. Merge Sport. I'm sorry. Merge Sport. So it's non-superwash, merino wool, sport weight, and it's the color Racetrack. So that is what I'm using. And I love it. I love the way that it striped in the body. And I love the longer patches on the sleeve. So that's coming along nicely. I'll finish that sleeve today and start on the next one. What's next? I've also been secretly working on my granny square for our lily pad club. January's is done. I've already shown that. February's I am on the contrast color. And I'll talk more about this in shop news, but it is, pre-orders are live now. You can pre-order the yarn for the book that we're reading, and you can grab a little charm while you're there. So if you were paying attention, I peeped it, but there's a little sneaky peek at February's color. So it's very fun. Loving that so much. So because I had no finished objects, and that's all the knitting that I really have, I did put a few rows in on my club blanket from last year. Again, not enough to show. The minute I pull it out, both of the dogs are in my lap under it. So it is very hard to work on it when they're around, and they're always around. So in lieu of that, I thought I would chat a little bit about goals I want to do in my knitting for 2025. And I hesitate to put deadlines or hard and fast rules on my knitting because I'm very much a mood knitter. It's why I have multiple projects going all the time. Just like in my reading, I'm very much a mood reader. But there are 3 things that I really do want to accomplish this year. Long-term WIPS. So I dug deep. So deep that the bag is super dusty. This is a Hohe & Co bag. I think one of the originals. So I don't even know when I started this. A few years ago, I started a Quill Shawl. It's a beautiful square shawl, like a traditional hap shawl. And knitting the body of the shawl was great. It's all garter stitch. It's this beautiful square shawl that then you can fold in half, and it's lovely. I started, like I said, I don't even know when I started this. Doing the body was fine. You do this middle square, it's all garter stitch. Then you do a little bit of like feather and fan. But then you have to pick up the entire, circumference of this square and add an applied edging lace. Now, the lace is not hard, folks. This is nothing. This is very simple. It's back and forth. It's like 12 stitches maybe. So why am I procrastinating? I don't know. Probably because I have to pay attention. But all to say, I really want to finish this year. This is done in bare naked wools. I had 3 skeins of this. I'm not even sure if I still have the tags. I got it at Maryland Sheep and Wool many years ago. It is their breakfast fingering. I don't even have the tags. So yes, that's a long-term goal. I want to finish my quill shawl. I just want to get this lace on. When it's done, it's beautiful. I've seen so many beautiful versions of this, and I want this as a nice squishy shawl. So that's goal number one. Finish my quill shawl that has been on the needles forever. Goal number two, the Tessellated pullover. I started this the year that Andrea Mowry released it. It was her Rhinebeck sweater. Oh my gosh, I think for 2022, maybe, or 2023. I can't remember. So I pulled yarn from the trailer. This is our Merino Sport. I'm using Tornado and Secret Garden as my two main colors. And then this is held with a fluff. So I'm using our Surrey Silk Cloud. And this is the tea rose color. So you hold all three together. And I love it. I absolutely love the colors that I chose. So this is bottom up. So the bottom is done. I'm working my way up. I just lost steam. It's a lot to juggle all three balls all the time. But then, so when I pulled this out, thinking about things I want to finish this year, long-term WIPS, I thought there's a vest version of this. So I might just switch this and make it a vest. It'll be done a lot quicker. I won't have to do sleeves. I won't have to juggle all these 3 skeins for sleeves. So I think that's what I might do. I think I might pull this back out, really get into it, and just make it the vest. So that's goal number 2, is to finish this, because I absolutely want the finished product. I just don't know that I have it in me to knit the whole pullover with sleeves and all of that yarn. So that's goal number 2. And goal number 3 is to use one of the advents this year that that I opened up with you in December. For the Frogget Advent, I want to make the anthology throw, but because I'm making the Granny Square blanket, I don't know if I want to do another blanket. So there is the Bag of Sweets wrap by Lisa Hannes. It's this one. It's like really skinny down here. I don't know if there's another picture. I want to use my Fiber Fox Advent that here we go, that I opened up. So let me see if I can. So it's like skinny and then wide and then skinny. And I just have to hold, I got fingering weight. I just have to hold it double for this. And I think that would be really cool with the way that they faded from the lightest of pinks to almost black. So that's the goal. So those are my 3 big goals. Finish my quill shawl, finish my tessellated, turn it into a vest, use up one of my advents. What else? Shop news. Let's move on to shop news. We're doing a Valentine's Day color this year. We did one last year. We did a little collection. It was a full-size skein with some minis or a tadpole set. I'm finding that the full-size skeins with minis sell better than a dedicated mini set. So this year, our colorway is called Love Struck. And it is a bunch of reds, pinks, purples. There's even some purpley speckles. There's even a bit of orange. So Love Struck is the main skein. And then there will be 3 minis that come with the main skein. So this like very pinky purple, this nice Valentine's red, and undyed. So that will be the set. You'll get a full-size skein and 3 minis. That's the only set I'm offering this year. I'm going to streamline it. I will offer it with minis on our merino fingering and our merino DK because those are the only minis that I stock. So if you want the whole set, you can get it on fingering or DK. If you want just the main skein, I will offer that on multiple bases. So our merino fingering, sport, DK worsted, our luxe DK. That's probably it. So this you'll be able to get on multiple bases, but the set you will only be able to get on merino fingering or merino DK because that's the only minis that I stock. So that's Love Struck. You're going to see this on Saturday. So this will hit the shop on Sunday, tomorrow, when you're seeing this tomorrow. So Sunday, the 20th, is that right? Anyway, this coming Sunday, it's currently January 16th. So that will hit the shop. Love Struck for Valentine's Day. It'll either be a whole set, that's your option, whole set, fingering or DK, or just this on various other bases. So that's that. What else? We just finished dyeing all of our new Yak Fluff. So this is a baby alpaca, superfine merino, yak, and silk. And I showed you the yak fingering. This is our pressed petals colorway. So we also did coordinating colors on the fluff. This is also pressed petals on the fluff. So if you're doing a project where you want to hold them together, they will coordinate. Now, I know I mentioned that we probably weren't going to do the like speckly variegateds on it, but we did try some. So last week I also showed you stargazing. This is on the regular merino or yak fingering. And then this is stargazing on the Yak Fluff. So very different, but still all the tones are there. Just takes it a lot different. You don't get those crisp speckles on the fluff because the dye sits on top. It sits on the halo. So you don't get those nice crisp speckles. You just get just nice muted variegation. So that's stargazing on both. And we also tried a new color. This is Victoria Street. This is one of our colors from last year's Lily Pad Club from our Scotland collection. So we put that on the fluff as well. I love these little bits of blue. So that's the two of them together. So they definitely go together. It just looks much different on the fluff. I don't know that I'll put a bunch of variegateds on the fluff. I like the variegateds on this. You can see it much better. And it's nice to have just an accompanying color. Like you could put pressed petals with Victoria Street and it would go lovely. So, Yak Fluff. It all gets tagged today. It gets put out into the trailer today. And then I have to make all the listings. So I'll have to take all the photos, make the listings for the website. So it won't go on the website until next week. I'll work on that probably this afternoon and tomorrow, get all the pictures taken and get it on the website for you to purchase by next week. Showed the Yak Fluff. Again, February Lily Pad Club, we are reading The Hurricane Wars by Thea Gwanzin. That's our book. That's also our color palette. And we have the charms. Now, let me tell you, pre-orders went live yesterday. The charms are half gone. Half gone. So there's our little charm with the sparkly stars, the sun and the moon, and she even did the moon phases down the pages. It's got little gold corners. Kelsey from the Littlest Charm Co. just did an amazing job. These are half gone. I get a limited number each month, just because she can only make so many. They're half gone. So if you want your yarn to make along and read along with us, and you want a book charm, don't wait. I can possibly get a few more from her before the end of this month when the pre-order closes to ship out with like the second or third round of club. So depending on when you order is depending on when they ship. It's kind of like as the orders come through, I die a round. Next batch of orders comes through, I die another round. It's a pre-order. So if you want a charm, all I'm trying to say is get one quick. They're going fast for some reason. I think we still have one charm left over from January. So a lot of people have bought their yarn from one of our shops that stocks it, and then they've come to the website to grab their charm. So that's club. Our last new base, we have one more new base that will be releasing for 2025. And that is going to be a nylon-free merino fingering. So 100% superwash merino, no nylon. It's going to be beautiful and squishy. It's on its way to me right now. And I'm excited to get that dyed. So that will be the last new base for right now. That will be revealing, or that will be dyeing for the trailer. We have extra space in the trailer, so I was able to add some new bases. So that's coming soon. You can still get the clearance yarn. So our blended DK and our Targhee fingering, both non-superwash, they're still on clearance for $20 a skein. A lot of you have taken advantage of that, and we thank you for all of those orders. But there's still some good colors left in the shop. You can also still get the Pullover silk, which is a sport, and that is $25 a skein. Again, still lots of beautiful colors left in the shop. So grab those. We still have Lucky Frog bags left. Those are our mystery bags where you get two skeins, two full-size skeins of either the same color or matching colors, so they'll go well together. And you get a cute little froggy stitch marker. I will put a picture in right here of the froggy stitch markers. I tried this last week. None of my pictures came through. So hopefully if you see a little picture of froggy stitch markers, actually, I can show you what one of them looks like because I have one on my sweater. So these are our cutie little froggy stitch markers. There's 6 of them, 6 different designs. So this is just one that we put in every Lucky Frog bag. So that's really fun. And lastly, for shop news, our Surrey Silk Cloud is on sale. We're going to switch it over to a Surrey silk that has more yardage and a little more silk content. So we're still going to have it. We're just going to switch the base up to bring you more yardage. So that's still on sale for $24 a skein. So grab some of that if you want while it's on sale. And that's it for shop news. So if you're interested, we're going to move on to book chat. And if not, if book chat is not your thing, then I thank you for joining me. And I will see you back here next week. But let's move into book chat. So I finished just this morning. I finished North is the Night by Emily Rath. Now this was based on, it was still a fantasy. It was based on Finnish folklore and Finnish gods and goddesses and witches. And I found it very interesting. It was good. It kept me engrossed in the story. It was very different from the typical fantasy that I read, which is more like romantasy. This does have a love story, but not in the way that you would expect. It was beautiful. And I'm not ashamed to admit that for the last 3 pages, I literally bawled my eyes out. So it is a beautiful, beautiful story. So if you're looking for fantasy, but it's not like your typical games and trials and hot, steamy romance, this is not that. But it is very much a story about love. And yeah, I found it very moving. There's a second one coming. It's called, This is North is the Night. I think the second one's called South is the Sea. And I will definitely pick that up when it comes out and see what happens to our characters. So, love that. I'll be adding that to my reading journal. I track all of my reading in a reading journal all year. I am currently listening to, I finished Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. That was my audiobook. That is part of a trilogy, so I will definitely be listening to the rest of it. It was very good. But I had been waiting for this one. This is my current audio read. I just happen to have the whole set in physical form. This is gold. This is the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. And I'm listening to this because I can get all my dyeing and my working done while I'm getting a book read. All I will say is, if you haven't read this, I would highly suggest listening to it, simply because it is a duet narration. So there's a woman narrating all of the female parts and a man narrating all of the male parts. And the man that narrates this is Anthony Palmini. And all I will say is, you're welcome. Go and listen to anything narrated by Anthony Palmini and then come back here and thank me. He's got just a stunning voice to listen to. It keeps me engrossed. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Read this series, but listen to it because you need to hear Anthony Palmini in your ears. So that is my current audiobook. I am still dragging my feet on Heat of the Everflame by Penn Cole. I don't want to finish it. I know it's going to end badly, and I don't know when the next book is coming. So that's still on my Kindle. I have picked March's book for the club. I will not tell you what that is, but I have picked it. It's a good one. I've already seen the mock-up or the sample for the charm. I'm super excited. That's going to be coming my way in this week. Yeah, my next physical read, I probably won't read anything physically until Tuesday when Onyx Storm comes out. So I will just listen to my little audiobook. I might pick up one of my next installments of one of my manga series that I read. I read 2 mangas, and one is called Freyrin. It's like she's a mage, a magical being, and that one's really fun, very cozy. And then the other one is called The Apothecary Diaries. So in between big reads, I like to read one of those, kind of like a palette cleanser. I can read one in about an hour. They're manga, so it's a lot of pictures. But I do enjoy them. So I might pick one of those up to read this weekend before Onyx Storm comes out and I'm completely in my little hobbit hole reading Onyx Storm. So that is it for book chat. So that's the end. But tell me, let's chat in the comments. What are you currently making? Are you knitting? Are you crocheting? Are you sewing, weaving, spinning? Tell me all about it. I want to hear all about it. Are you reading anything? What's your favorite book that you're reading right now, or something that you've just finished? We do have a Discord channel where we are talking about our club book pick. So you're welcome to join us over there. I'll put the link in the description. And that's just where we're talking about the books and what we're working on and how we're feeling at the end of the book. A lot more people are finishing our January book, which is The Dawn of Onyx, but you still have plenty of time if you haven't started it yet. And yeah, let's chat. Let's talk it all out, talk it all through, and tell me what you're working on. I hope you've all had a great week. There's one more thing. Just arrived this morning, actually, right before I wanted to come on. I had found a potter on Etsy. I'm always looking. I have a serious mug problem. And she came up in my feed with these cute little Valentine's Day mugs. Okay. So there's a cute little heart under the handle, a little star, and this sweet little heart. This mug is beautiful, but she also sent me some gummy bears and a cute little pottery, I think it's a hat. I'm going to turn it into a stitch marker / progress keeper. If you're interested, she was super, super speedy. Like, she sent it out 10 minutes after I ordered it. It is Deborah Haggett Pottery. There's her info. I found her on Etsy. Beautiful maker. There is her info on the back. And yeah, this just came today. It's so sweet and cute. Like, can you even with that cute little heart? So, if I hadn't already had tea made in my other mug, I would be enjoying my tea in that mug. But I already had this made in this mug. So, that's that. That's my show and tell this week. So that's it from me. I hope that you've had a great week. You're going to be seeing this on Saturday, so I hope that you are having and will have an amazing weekend. I hope you get some making done, whatever that may be. I hope you get some reading done if you like to read. They are calling for some snow here today. Not much, just a little dusting. So that'll be pretty. And yeah, please give it a like, subscribe if you have not, and I will see you next week, right back here, same time, same place. And until then, have a great one, happy making, and I'll see you next time. Bye.